welcome to IMO. In my opinion, with J&M. Onatang. Oh, wait. Man, never fails.
There you go.
I always
There you
forget.
go.
Never fails. How are you, good sir?
Michael,
Yes.
you'd spin out. 100%.
Are we still talking about the
yeah,
go-kart thing?
and we're going to continue until you prove me right.
I'm going
Which
to
you will.
I'm going to prove you incorrect. I don't even want to talk. We want to talk about this for like 2 seconds.
No, we don't have to.
So you went go-kart racing. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, you think you're Donica Patrick. Got it. Is that what's going on here?
First of all, she wasn't that great of a driver.
Okay,
compared
that's
to
my.
other ones,
That's my.
but-
Okay, I guess there's my point.
but-
You're
Helio
not that-
Castroneves?
But
Who's that?
Helio Castroneves?
He drives?
he's in Formula One, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
he'd be good at it.
Yeah, I know
He would
stuff
be good.
and
He would-
things.
He
He
was
would
one of the
be-
guys who won the Indy 500 2 times in a row before.
But he drives. He's
Yeah, I'm
Formula.
that guy.
He's Formula One, right? So he drives the little cars, little plain-looking cars. He would be really. Well, they're a lot smaller than freaking
I'm just saying.
NASCARs.
So I went to a
It's
track. These are like the fastest go-karts I've ever been on. And he's trying to say that, oh, I won't spin out. I was like, dude, I was driving cautiously and I spun out twice. So if you're trying to compete,
No,
you're going to spin
no.
out.
Okay, so can I rebuttal?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
rebuttal.
yeah.
So
Because he drives a
he-
Ford Focus.
no,
He's
no.
not gonna
Ladies.
Hold on.
ladies.
No, so here's the thing. I was simply stating, I think what you drive, what kind of car you drive, can also help in driving a go-kart. A go-kart is built very
Yeah.
low to the ground. It's
Yeah.
very tight suspension. Its turning radius is a lot smaller. Yes, I'm not saying that I'm not going to spin out per se. What I'm saying is I will do better than you simply because I drive a car that's built more in that ideal. You literally make fun of me telling me I drive a go-kart.
My car is low to the ground too, so I feel you. It's kind of hard to even get out.
Like and my car has like the worst turning radius in the world. Like it's insane. Like, okay, here's a question.
I wouldn't know.
If you lock out your wheel,
Uh-huh.
how many times does it spin? If you even remember, think about it.
It's like 3,
3. You?
3.5.
I would think 3.
1.25
Oh,
on my car. Full lockout. It's ridiculous. You try to do a
Power
like a
steering
3-point
fluid.
turn, it takes you forever.
yeah,
It's
that'd be
insane.
embarrassing.
You're like Austin Powers.
You're
be
stuck in between
embarrassing.
the hallway and
Yeah.
shit. But yeah, all I was saying is simply like my car is more built like a go-kart.
Yeah.
So I'm more used to how a car would dive into a corner. I'm not a pro, obviously. I'm not.
Dive into a corner.
Was this like one of those places? There's a place off of like I-55. I think I did one over there.
That might be the word you're talking about. Because
Is it called like Accelerate or something?
No, it's
No, that's a real car thing, isn't it? There's a place that I saw that I would love to do it, but it's pretty expensive.
It
Where,
was-
like,
I did it. It was indoor. It wasn't like super intense. I think
Okay.
you could do it like without a license
okay,
because
because
kids could do it.
I saw a place where it's a racetrack and you
I
can
think
actually
I've seen
pay,
that.
and it's like you can drive a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
You can drive.
Okay, I've seen that too.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if I would take the risk of
if you,
crashing. a
if you hit the
Lamborghini.
wall.
And
who's
their
paying for
insurance is
that?
yeah.
I mean-
They're fine.
Yeah, it's just a Lambo. Who cares?
They got
Yeah.
so much insurance. That's
Yeah.
why it's so much money.
Yeah, but I mean, that would be pretty cool to do once in a lifetime. I mean, you can go in and you can
That would be fun, actually.
you
yeah.
can drive with a driver.
Yeah, take the Lincoln out there and fucking.
But what? Why would I take you? We wanted to finish the race.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
just
I'll
say,
take my Corolla out
there,
there.
there we go. You probably beat his link.
Burn some
I don't know.
Some rubber.
Put
rubber.
it in sports mode.
I don't know if I have sports mode.
I do.
We got into a long argument a long time ago when he bought his car. He has a very nice car,
Okay.
right? He has a Lincoln MKZ. It's a nice
It's
car.
beautiful.
It's a nice car. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah,
car. It's
yeah.
not. It's a nice car. It's just. It's a luxury car.
Right.
A Lincoln MKZ is a luxury car,
Okay.
right? My car is more of a sporty car, right?
Yeah.
But he goes and says, I drive a go-kart. That his car is a sporty car because it has
It has
sporty
smooth,
lines.
It has
It's sport
smooth
mode.
lines.
Yeah.
That
It
means
cuts through the
nothing.
wind.
Yeah.
It's not a sports car, bro. You drive a luxury car.
Yeah,
and
that's like
awesome.
chauffeur is gonna pick you up.
There we go.
Okay.
Like
Which is-
Sunday
which is cool
morning, like
still.
going to church,
But
going
like
to church car.
A racing chauffeur. Kind of sort of.
You have a very-
What's your name, by the way?
Oh, I'm sorry.
get into
We have a
that.
guest. We have a guest here. I'll let her introduce herself.
My name is Sarah Eckel.
Sarah Eckel, and you're an actress, right?
Yes.
What else do you do? You do anything else?
I work in accounting.
You work in accounting.
Yeah.
Okay. And
It's cute. You
and
know.
you drive a Corolla.
Drive a Corolla.
That's great. So that means you like cars that last 200 plus thousand miles.
That was exactly what I was going for.
Because there's not too many cars that do that anymore.
No, it's a hybrid.
That's iffy though.
You know what?
That's not iffy.
love
Let me
it.
not say iffy. That's chancy because of the fact of the hybrid system. But
if the battery
it's
goes
still
out,
too-
like but at least Toyota's been making hybrids for
for a long time, yeah, that's true.
That's because I was looking at other hybrids and I was like, I don't know. And then I was looking at this one and the ratings are
but
good.
Anything Toyota has high ratings.
Yeah.
Anything.
The only thing that would be is like if my hybrid battery went out, it would be like But whatever.
I mean, you still have the engine.
Right.
It would still run. It would run
Right.
slowly,
But I wouldn't be getting. I think I get like 52 miles per gallon.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Holy crap. See, this is the
That's
problem
the perk.
This is the problem with, like, my coworker got a car not so long. He just bought a Subaru WRX. And
like
he
Subarus
was
too.
freaking back and forth over cars. And he's like, I'm like, dude, what do you want? Because he's young. He's like 21 years old. I'm like, what do you want in a car?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I want a car that has good gas mileage, but is fast. I'm like, you know, those two things do not belong in the same conversation,
Yeah.
in the same sentence
Yeah.
at all.
I could like keep up, but I could feel that it's not.
But you keep up because you have it's hybrid, so you
Right.
get a little bit of a boost
Right.
when it comes, because electric cars you can't beat them off. You can't beat them in anything right now. But yeah, 200 plus thousand miles. That's nice. I would love for my
I
car to
know.
get to
I
100,000. No, it's gonna get to 100,000.
Yeah.
How many miles your car, guys?
73?
Oh, so we're about
Okay.
the same.
Yeah.
But my car's a lot older than yours. What year is yours? 17?
Yeah.
Mine's a
Okay.
13 with 78,000 miles.
Okay.
I got lucky though. That my car, I found it and it only had 20,000
Okay.
when I found it like 4 years ago, and I paid 11 grand.
Oh, that's good.
It was like basically.
And that was
brand
right
new.
before like the prices really shot up
Yeah,
too.
and I think I got it because I have a, how do you say it? Niche? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
I have a niche car. It's kind of like a Subaru WRX, right? The Subaru, the
Subu.
Super.
Subaru WRXs or STIs or
I
whatever.
say Fubu makes cars.
There you go.
I
Or
wish.
like Honda Civics, right? Like they have
Yeah.
a class of, like, kids
I
love
was
those
looking at a
cars.
Civic too.
That's a good car.
Like the sporty one.
That's a good
It's
car.
so cute. It's kind of expensive though. That like hatchbacky style.
Depends on which one you get. Because if you get like an SI, right?
Well, it's like
that's-
MSRP.
That one's in the middle ground. But there was one that was a Honda Civic Type R.
30s.
The Type R was like $40,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
That thing was quick though.
Yeah.
That thing was really fast. So where was I going with that?
I don't know.
Oh, so those type of cars, like, kids like them or whatever.
Right.
On top of it, they only made them in a stick shift. So it's like,
I wouldn't know what to do there.
that's my thing.
Yeah.
So it sits in a dealer for a long time because no
don't
one
wanna
wants to
learn.
drive stick shift anymore.
No.
Do you want to learn how to drive stick shift?
No.
Fucking
No?
antiquated.
I guess, yeah. But I mean, it's fun.
Some kids think it's cool though, and they do.
It
Or,
is
like,
cool.
People
Don't
who
let
wanna
anybody tell you
have a
different.
hobby.
It
Yeah.
is cool. It is fun. You feel more connected to the car. Do you like
Okay.
driving?
Yeah.
So when you drive an automatic, I feel like there's no, like, the car's you're just doing
I'm not calling the shots.
Yeah, you're not doing anything. It's just, you're just pressing. And it's cool when you're like in traffic, I guess, because that's, everyone always bitches about that. Oh, you drive stick in traffic, it sucks. Yes, it sucks. But when you're on an open road and you can let it go and it's nothing. There's nothing more than that. Let me tell you. John, learn.
I don't know.
Anyways,
It's like reading the newspaper instead of watching it on TV, watching the news.
I
can't do
guess,
it.
yeah.
I
You
don't
know
want
what?
to do either.
Yeah.
You know what? To an extent,
It's
you're
all
right.
depressing.
It'd be like audiobook versus reading a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Which
guess
do you prefer?
I prefer reading the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the paper. I like touching the book. You like audiobook?
I really want to read. I really do. And I like buy books.
Paperweights?
But I just bought Julia Fox's book. And I was like, I'm going to read it. Cuz it's you know, like a silly, like, I'm listening to the audiobook.
You're just following along. I
Yeah.
feel like I've done that before. Like, I've read it and I'm listening to it. I'm just following along.
Yeah.
Does that count as reading? Why
Doesn't
not?
count.
I'm turning the
It's like
pages.
Somebody's talking to you.
I should try. Maybe I'll do half and half. Like maybe once I really get into the book,
Yeah.
then I'll start reading it because I'll be interested.
I've done that before where, like, I'll start, like, there's a book, like, I read a lot of James Patterson books.
Yeah.
And like 2 of them were like my bookmark is like halfway through because I read halfway, and then I started when I was at work. I started listening to the rest.
See, that's what it is
So I've done
because
that
I could do it
before.
at work.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's the same concept. I don't know if it. You know how they say reading makes you smarter. Does listening make you smarter that way? The same
I
same
think
effect.
the only difference would be that you're not like reading and learning how to pronounce new words. You're just listening to the new words.
Yes. Also, I would argue that.
But it's still doing that like because what's good about reading is you're making the images yourself in your head.
Yes.
And that's like a different part of your brain.
Yes.
So like technically if I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobook, I'm still like making the own.
Good point. That's a good point.
But I'm not like
That's a good point.
reading.
It's really nice when it's like a
Cat in the Hat.
graphic romance novel.
Oh, you come,
Really nice.
come on,
You
man.
got that picture in your
Come
head?
on,
some
man.
It's not smut.
That's what it's called.
Yeah,
right?
that's what it's called.
Even romance novels?
Maybe not.
Sometimes.
I guess.
All right.
What I was gonna say, the only thing I think that benefits like actors per se, right, is that
Yeah.
you kind of learn how to say things more naturally off of a page.
Yeah.
Because it's more practice. Because that's what we do
that's
as
true.
right. When you get a script, you have to make it sound
To read
like
it.
yeah, you have to, but you got to sound like you're
No one's
not
gonna
reading
read
the
it to
fucking
you.
page. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think
That's
it kind
true.
of gives you a little more practice into like how to pronounce things and structure and when to
Mhm.
pause or whatever.
That's
That's
true.
kind of what I used it for. So you're an actress, yes?
Yes.
And again, I'm gonna say this because I know I got you here for the second time, and I apologize for the focus issues.
I didn't know if we
had.
were just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
I mean, no, I owned up. He made me. He
I
said
like
it
to
on
call out his
my.
mistakes.
yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, I really apologize about that rookie mistake. So you're an actress. We're signed to the same
We are.
representation. How'd you get started?
I was in like high school. No, I started doing like plays and musicals in middle school. And then I started doing it in high school. And then I did go to college for musical theater. I also went to college for communication. And then when I was out of college, I started doing like, plays and musicals. And I worked in costuming for a while. And then COVID hit and I was like, okay, like how am I going to make this work? And it's funny because that's actually when I got signed during COVID. I was with I was with Paige Model and Talent, rest in peace. And
What happened to her?
she passed away. I know she was sick, but I'm not sure with what. I haven't really heard much, but she was a good agent. She was non-union. So I was doing a lot of like print and commercial for her. And then I kind of wanted to, because she was non-exclusive, and that's when TXA was starting up. So I was like, I'll just like see if they'll take me. And they took me on. And
The rest is history.
the rest is history. But I don't really do like, I haven't done like a live theater thing in a long time.
So would you say you're more of a stage actor?
That's where my roots are.
Okay.
But now that I've like done more like TV, like just doing auditions, I'm curious what that would be like.
If I told you it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's hella easier. Do you know why? Because they could say cut. Do it again.
Yeah.
You really can't do that on,
No,
on
that's
stage.
I think what's different too is like the on camera acting is like so different.
Yes, I think, and feel free to disagree with me. I feel like on stage,
Just do it.
you're such a dick. And you can cuss all you want if you're a cusser. You
Okay.
don't feel free.
I try to tone down cussing because I
I
don't.
just want to make sure you're comfortable. You can say whatever you want. No filters.
Okay, cool.
I feel that stage acting, if I give you an example, would be
Okay.
like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey
Yeah,
is
like
very,
extra.
very bodily expressive, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think you have to be kind of when you're on stage, because the person in the back of the house isn't going to see your eyes per
Yeah.
se, right? He's going
Right.
to see what you're expressing physically,
Yeah.
right? In film,
It's
on
right
camera, I think it's different. It's really what you're selling with your eyes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have to facially kind of be able to depict something versus physically. Because most of the time when you watch a film, how often do you see the entire person? It's rare, right? It's usually
Not too much.
if you have a long shot or a master shot, you see it for a few seconds, then you get in closer. Now you're at a mid, then you're up close, and then you're even really close. Like think of Titanic when Jack is drawing Rose. They're like right here and freaking his eyeball. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what you got to say. This guy. You love that scene, huh?
I was like 14, 15 when it came out. So I
guess everyone at that age loved that.
But agreed.
Yeah, I think it's very, I got it.
Yeah.
I was watching, Michael Caine, right?
Yeah.
He had a thing it's on YouTube. It's like old acting class that he had a long time ago. He said it perfectly. He says he thinks stage acting is like surgery using a scalpel.
Okay.
Film acting is like surgery using a laser.
Yeah.
Because it's so much more detailed.
Yeah.
That it's difficult. It could be more difficult.
Yeah.
Maybe for someone like you, if let's say you're a stage actor, I'm assuming you're very expressive. It might be hard to tone it down.
Sometimes I'll like do like a first take and I'm like, holy shit, you better tone it down. Like that was annoying. Like, but and when I started doing like self-tapes and stuff and I took like a self-tape course and I remember getting the feedback and they were like, I want you to do it once at a 0 and then like bring it to like a 1. And it took me forever to like get on that level.
Yeah.
So now I'm curious what it would be like for me to like go back and do like an audition for like a play or something.
I mean, I feel like
it's always there.
I feel like it's hard to tone down. I think it'd be easier to tone it up. Like letting go, I think is a little bit easier because you're used to it already. I think you can always let go.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for someone like me. I'm terrified of stage, right? I'm not a stage guy. I'm more of I love the safety net I get from film. So like for me to say, let it go, I feel like it's more challenging than to tone it down. I think I can sell more without moving than moving.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I think in film acting, you're not moving as much. Because again, remember, we had focus problems. You lean forward, you lean too far back, you're fucked.
Always moving. It's a problem.
I would say that's a good problem.
Yeah.
I would say that's a good
like
problem.
for certain
You're
things.
like Kramer off of Seinfeld now.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude,
Just opening up a window, a door, and like
that would be me.
popping the head
when
back.
he does the head
That
shit.
was so good.
Oh man,
That was so good.
What's the one that they there's an episode just because it popped into my head.
I need to watch it again.
Where they kind of switch places. Jerry and Kramer.
Yeah.
And he does the same thing. He's
Roasters.
like, "Oh, I'm stressed" or some shit. He does it, and I'm like,
"Oh, I'm stressed." Kenny's Roaster.
Oh, with the sign, with the neon sign or whatever.
The neon sign.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was such a good one.
When Jerry tells Newman to eat the broccoli. Oh, it's so great.
Oh my god, I just saw a picture of him, of the guy who played Newman.
Yeah.
Man, he looks so like older. Like, I mean, he's a little thinner now and he's got the little goatee thing going. He was at some signing. I'm like, I mean, I can still see it in him. I mean, he's a cool character.
Him.
He's a cool character.
He's great.
Yeah, they're all looking older.
I mean, they are older.
JLD looks really good though. Like she looks the same to me.
Who's
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
That's what's her face?
Elaine.
Elaine.
Yeah, but she was in a Marvel show not too long ago. She was in the Captain America show.
Was she?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah, she's a villain. She's a hero. I told you that she was in it. She comes out at the end. She's like some like secret, like whatever part of like Hydra shit or I don't know whatever some bullshit. She's aged well.
Like she looks so. I think she looks so good. Like especially like when you put her next to like. I don't know, the other people on the cast.
Well, you know
I don't
what?
know. I think Jerry looks really good.
Yeah, Jerry doesn't age because like I saw him on that.
Jason, I just think he's a precious angel, so I think he looks good.
He looks fine too. Yeah, I think they've aged well. Because I saw Jerry when he did that. He did some commencement speech that he was getting blasted for or whatever the fuck.
He looks good.
Yeah, he looked fine. I mean, he looked like Jerry Seinfeld, like what I pictured Jerry Seinfeld.
Less hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
I gotta watch it again.
You know what? I've never seen the whole. Like I've probably seen like a handful of those episodes.
I've seen the whole thing. I watched it through I mean, maybe like 1.5 times, but I need to watch it again.
Those are rookie numbers.
I know.
I've watched every episode like 6 or 7 times.
That's how I am
Seriously?
with The Office.
So that's another
I could
show
say
I
the
never got
same.
into.
Like I've watched every episode. Same.
Like I said, that show would be right up my alley, and I've never watched an episode.
You should
Why
try
didn't-
it.
Yeah, why didn't you try
Just
it?
No,
like start. Okay, here's what I did because I said the same thing and I was like I don't know, and I didn't start at season 1. I started at like season 3, and I just kind of like dove in, and then I went back to season 1 and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Because season 1 is only good like once you like develop the characters like for yourself and
Okay.
you like know them, and then when you go back and watch it, you're like, okay, this is much better than just starting it and being
Yeah.
like, wait, who is this? Like, well, wait, I don't get that. Try
Okay.
that. Just like hop in somewhere.
I don't see. I never was big on sitcoms. I mean, after like when I was a kid, like
Yeah.
I mean, I watched like Full House or whatever, Family Matters, like the regular ones that we saw like in the
The
'90s.
classics.
But then like I kind of fell out of fucking sitcoms. I don't know why I fell out of sitcoms. Like Friends was not it was whatever.
Yeah.
The Office, which was another big one, that was whatever. Seinfeld, I watched some of it because he was into it, and I watched. I learned to appreciate it because at first I thought it was fucking stupid.
Yeah. Until you like the same thing. Until you like get the characters.
I think it's because it's not it is a laugh out loud. I think we've argued about this. It is a laugh loud show.
Yeah.
But it's to me I don't want to say think show, but it's not in your face funny. Like in your face funny to me is Family
Like,
Guy's in your face
big.
funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's in your face funny.
Like
Seinfeld's
slapstick.
more like
People
okay,
who-
got it.
Little
No, I get
jokes
it.
where
Yeah,
you're
no, I
like,
get
oh
it.
wait, that's really funny.
So
Yeah.
my theory is it's a lot of stuff that happens in everyday life. So the older you are,
The funnier
The
it
funnier
is.
it gets.
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause
that
you're
makes
like,
sense.
I
Hey,
Definitely,
that's
like
fair.
after like
That's
lived
perfect.
those experience, like especially like having an office job after watching The Office, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is real.
Yeah,
Like this
it
is
is.
real.
Which one was first? That one or the British version?
The British version.
So
with
this
Ricky
we
Gervais.
took it from them and made the one we have. Okay. Which one was it as popular? The British one?
I don't think so.
no.
It just blew up here.
Hmm.
Oh, interesting. That's
I
interesting.
mean, I'm pretty sure the show did well over there.
I've never watched that one.
who's the? I feel like I know the guy who plays.
Ricky Gervais.
Is it him?
Mhm.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
He plays like the Michael.
Yeah, like the Michael, right. So you're in theater and you like theater. You used to get signed, right?
Yeah.
Have you worked on any of the Chicago shows or any of that?
No,
No.
I've been on hold.
You've been on hold. That's a fucking
I know.
win.
I've been so close like 2 times. Like there were 2 times where I was on hold and my
Like
agent was like,
availability check.
yeah, like they went something else. They went a different route, and I was like, okay.
What show was it for?
Chicago Fire both times.
Both times?
Yeah.
Fire?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't even really get a lot of like casting for PD.
okay.
Which one were you on?
I was on PD.
Okay.
I was on PD as an extra, and then I got cast once on there, and
That
then I
makes
was
sense.
on.
He looks like a criminal. You
Yeah, that
don't.
makes sense.
And yeah, everything
course
was
they
like
do.
shop owner and like woman on the street.
Well, I mean, you gotta also understand that it's like we're fucking green.
Yeah.
Right. Are you part of the union yet?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, that's another problem. That's another hurdle, right? Because like, if I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong. Nanny Fine can correct me if I'm incorrect. You have to if you're over the union wall, right?
Mhm.
Your access to jobs comes first prior to anyone who's non-union. They have to hire a certain amount of non-union, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, but the majority
Right.
goes to people. They get them first, right?
Right.
Obviously, that makes sense.
Especially like the bigger,
Correct. That makes
not like
makes
the
a lot
one
of sense.
line.
Right, but it makes a lot of sense.
It
Even the
does.
one-liners, you would have to go through a certain amount of union ones first before you venture out.
But I believe maybe it's like I know you have to have a certain amount of non-union too, and you also have
first
to
one.
have a certain amount of local talent. There's something in Chicago
Right.
contracting.
But then that's what I mean though. But I'm pretty sure we have plenty of union
Yeah.
actors in Chicago.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think there has to be a rule that says, let's just bring it down to small numbers. That say you have to hire 10 actors,
Yeah.
right? If you have to hire 10 actors, 7 of them have to be union, whatever it is.
Right.
And then the last couple have to be non-union. What? Did you just spit up or something?
No, nothing.
I'll get
Just
there.
like super thirsty.
Oh, Good job.
It's
Came
hot.
out of nowhere.
Do you need another one?
Is
I
it
have
hot?
one. It's
It's
getting
not-
warm. It's
not
getting warm in
here.
here.
Oh,
I have this wonderful in
It's
here.
gonna
but
start to get warm in
outside
here.
It's terrible outside.
Do you want another bottle? I have
Oh,
one here.
tomorrow's gonna be really
Tomorrow's
bad.
gonna be
No, I'm fine.
terrible.
So I think that's
But yeah.
probably how it works. And then you start to get invitations after your first like your SAG thing. Are you gonna jump on really quickly or no?
I don't know.
Because the dues are crazy.
I don't think I would jump on quickly. I think I would try and write it out.
This is why I still do my own stuff, even though I'm not technically
Yeah.
supposed to. Right? I don't make money on it, so I don't think.
Right, but you're
Again,
getting
if-
good footage.
If the nanny wants to come and yell at me because she's our boss, I mean, she's runs the guild. If she wants to come in and yell at me and say, "Hey, Mr. Sheffield," whatever, then
Yeah.
she can yell at me all she wants. I'm not making any money.
yeah.
But I don't think it's fair that as a union member, they're telling me I can't do anything if it's not through the union when I'm not getting any work from the union and I'm paying
See,
them.
that's the hard part. That's why I don't know how I would handle it. Kind of one of those things where I'm like, I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get there.
Sure.
But-
After your first one, they start
They start
sending
calling you in.
Yeah, they start sending all that shit. Then it's up to you. So do you think auditions are wins for you? Do you take auditions as wins?
Oh yeah,
And then callback super wins?
super wins, especially like when it's a good callback. Like I had a callback this week, and in the callback they were just like, "Oh, thanks for taking direction so well," and I was like. Like you have, when you're constantly just like doing your own self tape, like doing everything by yourself. It's like I am in this black box. Nobody is talking to me. Nobody's giving me feedback. So like to go there and like get some feedback is just like.
So you went to an audition?
No, I did a couple weeks ago, but this one was a Zoom callback.
Okay.
And it just like that one little comment. I was like, I could do this.
SAG show?
No, it was a commercial.
Oh.
Just like a non-union commercial. Like.
Are you big on commercials? Like, do you like doing that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's most of my audition and most of my work is commercial and print.
Do you decline a lot?
No.
No?
I really only decline if it's okay. So say it's like a project that's like 3 days and I don't feel that it's worth me using my time off.
Fair.
Then I'll save the time off. But if it's 1 day and it's not too far, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I weigh it on, okay, how much time off do I have this year?
Get an account from the house.
Yeah, but
See, I feel like a lot of people. I wonder. Maybe one day I'll ask Laura and them over there because I decline quite a bit, and I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of it's commercials and stuff like that, which I've done a few. Right, I've done a few commercials and I've done a few paper stuff, print stuff, whatever,
Yeah.
internal stuff, whatever. I declined it because I got into this to be an actor.
okay.
Right. And I'm not saying commercials are bad, but it's not
different.
the same thing.
It's very different.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, to me, it's like,
Doesn't fuel your fire. I mean,
yeah, it's like, I want acting roles. I don't
Yeah.
want bank teller #1 for Chase commercial. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, it's, even though some of them, and then also, like you said, then it has to make sense, right? Like, how much are we getting?
right.
Is it worth
my drive?
drive to Indy? I had one for, they wanted me to audition for something with Caitlin Clark. Remember, I told you about it. I'm like, I had to drive all the way to Indianapolis, which is like 4 hours. Or
Indy's
whatever.
a hard drive too.
Yeah, it's like
I've done it
straight
before.
down
You're
freaking corn country.
snoozing.
There's
Take us
nothing out there.
south.
There's nothing there until you get to
There's
Indianapolis.
mills and stuff.
Yeah, there's windmill farms. Yes,
There's a really cool mall in Indianapolis. That's about it.
I drove down there to film a short film one time. That was
Okay.
a long drive.
It's long because it's
dark
just
drive.
That movie ever come out? Nope.
The one that was in the
story of my life.
Concrete Rose that was a
Yeah.
different story. We won't mention that. He gets very upset about that. You had stuff that didn't come out?
Yeah. I'm still crossing my fingers because I
Was
don't
it
know.
Concrete Rose?
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
They wrapped it in like you know what? I don't know if they wrapped it. It was like episodic, like a docu-series type of deal. And I mean my episode finished filming like in October.
I mean, it does take time. I ain't gonna lie to you.
know.
It does take time. You said it was an episodic, right? How long are their episodes? You don't even know. They
I have
never
no
even came
idea.
out with one?
They never came out with anything. So
Have you reached out to them?
no, I Is that okay? Is that okay?
To reach out to them?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, what if I just reach out?
Did you get paid?
Yeah.
You got paid?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I know.
I mean, it depends. It depends.
That's the thing. I don't want to.
Were you promised real?
No. They were really nice though. It was Golan Productions. I think they're next to the Salt Shed.
But that was through the agency? Oh, yeah. I mean, well, you know what? Maybe not.
I know. I just don't want to be. I don't want to be like. I don't want to be that person. I did reach out to like my peers, like the actors, and I was like, "Did y'all hear anything? How about you? Did you hear anything?"
Yeah, that's fine.
And they're like, "I haven't heard anything." I was like, "Well, if I hear something, I'll tell you. If you hear something,
Yeah.
tell me."
I would argue, yeah.
I keep Googling it.
I keep forgetting that, we do projects that are independent and we do projects that are like professionally, and that's like professional ones. Yeah,
I don't want to be.
No.
I don't want to be that
no.
person.
That was the one where you were running away or something.
Yeah,
like that? Okay,
and the
yeah,
footage. I want the real footage so bad because I know it was freaking good.
Yeah,
it was so dramatic, intense that I'm like, I want that for my real.
Yeah,
so
I think
bad.
Unfortunately, I think you're gonna have to take that one as take it on the chin.
L.
Yeah.
But it was so good. I mean, who knows?
It'd be like
Maybe
me asking NBC.
You got paid.
I got paid. What are they? Yeah. They're gonna be like,
it'd be like me asking NBC for all the stuff they didn't use when I was on Chicago PD.
Yep.
I'm sure they got people there with nothing to do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll come around. I mean,
honestly, okay, because too, when we were there, they were like, "Oh, do you guys want to see the?" It wasn't a sizzle. Maybe it was
the rushes.
Whatever they send the production company that looks like a preview. It looks like a commercial.
like a sizzle. Yeah.
They showed it to us and I was like, that was good. Like genuinely, I was like, I would watch this. Like it was so good. They had a lot of like CGI, like I feel like a lot of money went into it. I'm like, maybe it's just taking longer.
Could be. I mean,
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
I'm trying to think when Chicago PD don't count because they're very routine.
Fast.
They're very routine and very fast.
Their turnaround is crazy.
John, when I tell you like my episode, you film it. If you film today, that episode is done in like a week and it'll probably premiere the week after. Like their turnaround is like
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. They take like a week per episode. Like a week to film per episode, if I'm not mistaken, ish around that time. And then literally it's like every day it's like literally they film, it goes to post like right at the same time. It's crazy how fast
they're like
it goes.
sitting there waiting.
Yeah. The Amazon show is a little bit longer. That one took quite a bit.
Okay.
What was it called? Night Sky.
I don't even know what they said it was for a streaming platform, so
yeah, man, that sucks,
that could be anything.
Yeah. That kind of sucks. I mean, but think about it. It happens to even bigger films. Imagine Brendan Fraser, he was going to be in that Batgirl movie or whatever, and they ended up just canceling the whole fucking thing. They filmed the whole thing. It was basically done. Scrap the shit. No one's ever going to see it.
I heard Netflix does that a lot.
Netflix did it. DC did it. Well, not DC. The WB did it because of the buyout or whatever, because they went to Time Warner or some bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's like, imagine how pissed off you would be if you are Batgirl. And this is your debut.
That would break me.
You're a big break. And I mean, yes, you got money, right? Because you get paid regardless.
That would hurt.
Man, but you don't see anything?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I think it would hurt more personally. I think it would hurt more to get paid and not have it show than to have it show and not get paid.
Agreed. I agree with you.
Like I think I'd be like, I'd take that.
I would rather, in a way, depending obviously on the amounts we're talking about.
Or if I lost my job.
Yeah, like if somebody told me, okay, we're going to give you 10 grand, but it's not going to come out, or it's going to come out and we'll give you 10 grand. I mean, we won't give you 10 grand. I'm like, I might want to see it. I think that's more valuable to me personally.
Yeah.
This guy's looking at me like I'm stupid. You think I'm stupid?
I'm with you on that. I would think I would say the same thing.
I mean, yes, the money's good, but
I'll make my own film with the 10 grand.
Weren't you saying this about? Well, you weren't saying this last week. Is that I was editing an episode that you said this when you were saying that when we mentioned that Ulysses doesn't like to go watch his work.
Yeah.
Right, and you said, "How do you work this hard and then not watch it?"
It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, that's what we're saying.
Might be an actor.
Yeah, I think I would.
Money is one thing, but I prefer the art over the money.
And the exposure, and like if it's your first big role and it doesn't come out, oof.
What are we talking about? A movie or a commercial?
A movie. Let's say
a movie. Like
Hallmark movie, whatever.
Like something where you have like really good.
Hallmark?
Like this could be.
Give me the money.
I'll take Hallmark.
I'll take Hallmark too. But
let's go.
I'm not saying
I'll take Lifetime.
I would too. I'm not saying I'm going to work for free
Yeah.
No,
per se, but if you gave me a choice,
given a scenario.
yes, we're talking $10,000, which is not a great amount of money, but $10,000 or $10,000, you get it, and the film never comes out, or the movie comes out and you get nothing
Movie comes
money
out.
wise. I think I would rather have
Yep.
the movie
Me too.
because
Now
this is more valuable
You're
to
giving
me.
people ideas now.
No, but it makes sense because this is more valuable to me
Yeah.
because I can
And I
sell
can make
myself
more money
correct
in the
After
future.
this,
It's
I
an
can make-
investment.
yeah, think about it that way. You're
Yeah.
looking short term. We're looking long term.
All right.
This is why actors don't make money in the beginning.
I have not been paid for things before, and I was still kind of like, well, I got some good pictures out of it. So
That's kind of where I was going to get at too. Because
not
when
going
you
to get a
mentioned,
lawyer over this.
yeah, when you mentioned that you didn't get footage, I'm like, that's why I was like, is it a professional gig or is it independent? Because independent happens a lot, right? But if it was an independent film, like let's say you did a film for me,
Right.
and whatever, and I didn't give it to you, you reaching out to me to get it is not a big deal.
Yeah.
Professionally,
I
it's
know.
a little bit different. I think it looks different.
Yeah. I don't think I would say anything.
Yeah. So next season, I'm pretty sure you're going to be on one of those shows. I believe
I'm like,
it.
yeah, I'm like, you know what? Like when it's my turn, it'll be my turn.
What do you
Everyone
think?
has a turn.
What do you think, if anything, you're doing incorrectly?
Incorrectly?
Yes. Or what do you think is keeping you from getting it?
You know what too? I haven't had even an audition. It's been a while. I think
For one of the big shows?
Yeah, the last one I had was a really small, like barely even one line. It was like
sucks,
a
doesn't
couple. Yeah, because I was like, because I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, well, if I got this little thing, then I wouldn't be able to do it for 2 years, or whatever they say.
Too. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I think it's just what they are looking for.
I agree with you. 100%.
You know? I think sometimes things that I have done wrong, it's like, I don't know, maybe just taking things a different way than they wanted it to be written.
Do you think they actually care? Because, and I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Because I did an audition recently for Power, and it was like a 3-line thing?
Yeah,
Like a 3-line thing. They literally just sent me the portion, right?
Yeah.
No context of
Just,
nothing.
And you're like, okay, cool.
And it was like, soldier this, right? I'm pretty sure I could say that. So we do. Soldier this. I'm like, I don't know if this is a gang member soldier or an actual army soldier.
Not a clue.
There's nothing that's what's happening, why these people are here. And you have to just take a shot in the dark. So I'm like, if I was the person watching these auditions or requested these auditions, I would argue you have to be like neutral because you didn't give them anything to build up or create. So it's
Right.
like, how are you going to judge them and be like, well, that's the wrong choice? Well, you didn't fucking tell
Yeah,
them.
you didn't give me anything.
I think they're looking more for a look than
That's
anything.
where
That
I'm
they're
at.
looking for a look,
Gotta
but I also like too when they're like, send me 3 takes. I'm like, perfect. Because then, whatever, I'll do it 3 different ways.
This is when stage acting is good.
And I'll
I feel
feel
like you
solid.
guys would have like 20 different ways of doing
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Me, it's like I got
is that,
2. if
Meisner?
that. Yeah, like the Meisner.
Yeah.
template. I'm like, I got 2 maybe. And they're very, very similar.
I love when they're like, send 3 takes. I'm like, ugh.
She's holding somebody up.
Boy,
It's gonna
will
go,
I.
Freeze, don't move. And then the next one, freeze, don't move.
Yeah.
Like over the top.
It's the best because then
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have to think as hard and like pick my favorite one. I'm like, here's 3. They're very different from each other.
Do you think they actually
decide.
watch all 3?
Sometimes.
I wonder how
think
much time they
sometimes.
have.
I think it depends. I think first they would look at you.
I agree.
And if you're the look they're looking for, then maybe they'll watch it 3 times.
You know what I think disqualifies me right off the bat from my slate?
Marvel tattoos?
No, besides that. There's makeup for that.
Oh.
My height. Because I'm
Okay.
6'3". I'm pretty fucking tall.
That's tall.
So it's like, how do I have this? I'm now, mind you, I do a little bit of directing and writing and shit like that. So
It's hard.
when I did a film, when I did the Secrets We Bury, right? I was gonna play the bad guy, right? And I'm like, I need to find a girl who has a rough enough look, where it looks visually, because it's all visual, right?
Yeah.
Visually looks like she would be able to argue with me and hold that argument with me
Okay.
just visually, right? Because Erica's a very nice person. The other girl that was in my short, very nice person, but she looks very young, even though she's 30, or in her late 20s. She looks very young, visually, I don't think she visually looks like she would put up a fight with someone who looks like me.
Okay.
Right? So I had to find someone a little tougher. So I found someone. So I'm assuming they're kind of in the same boat where they're like, okay, let's say he has a scene with the main character, Tommy Egan, whatever his name is.
Comparatively to who they're acting with.
Right. So if he's 5 foot
yeah,
and I'm 6'3",
that's
challenging because filming wise, like if let's say in the scene he has to have power in the scene, right? There's camera angles that are used to depict that.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm 6'3", he's 5 foot. You can't put him up above me. It doesn't make any sense.
Pretty sure he's not 5 foot.
I'm not. I'm exaggerating, but still, I'm still
Now
a
you're
lot
acting
taller.
with Danny DeVito. Or
Nah,
something.
but I'm still a lot taller than most actors. Like Robert Downey Jr. is pretty
100%.
short.
Yeah.
Robert Downey's pretty short.
Like
Actually,
my height.
what's her face had to have platform shoes to stand next to Gwyneth Paltrow because Gwyneth Paltrow was taller than
she's
him.
pretty tall.
She was actually very pretty too.
Yeah.
Very pretty girl.
Isn't she the one whose daughter's name is Apple?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
The
didn't
guy
know?
from Coldplay, right?
No.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it? Oh, you
Yeah.
remember. I didn't know that she was in Austin Powers. Did you know that?
Yeah.
She's in it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
She's
2
she's-
seconds.
Yeah, she's the girl. And when they do at the end, towards the end, when they're like watching it in the movie theater, and then like
Yep.
Austin Power is Tom Cruise, Danny DeVito is Mini Me or whatever. Gwyneth Paltrow is the girl, or in the beginning. Could be in the beginning too.
I don't remember.
Gwyneth Paltrow's like she's acting as the love interest in
The
movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Inception.
Yeah. They always had a very, very
Great movie.
Which one? Inception?
Inception.
Yes. Great movie.
I think about that one a lot.
Yeah.
So
I dream about
Yeah.
that one a lot.
What?
Ironically.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
I dream about
don't
the
know.
totem thing a lot. Where I'm like, where's my... And then I'm like, okay, that was a movie.
I'm so lost because I did not
Just to
take
make sure
that
it's
much from
real
that.
life?
I did
Yeah.
not take away
Yeah.
that much from that movie. From
No.
Inception.
That was a
I
think
thought it was
one
a very
for me.
good.
You didn't dive deep in.
I thought it was a visual marvel like film. Like I loved it. Like the way it looked, it was acted well. But I'm
I
just
should
like,
watch it again.
yeah, I got more from The Matrix than that. To be honest,
Oh no.
The Matrix
Come
made
on.
me think more than that shit.
I haven't seen The Matrix.
What? I mean, I'll cut you. Just
to
watch the
watch
first
it.
one. Just watch
Okay.
the first one. The rest of them were
I'll have to
whatever.
find it.
And the last one was just god awful. The newest one.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was a waste of everyone's time.
Oh, the first one. Yeah.
First one, yeah. First one's an You know the concept, though, right?
Yeah.
This idea of living in a computer.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That makes actual sense, though.
I would like to be a sim.
You like to be a sim?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I played? A little bit off topic.
The Sims.
Love the
That's-
Sims.
So one of our coworkers brought over a VR thing.
Okay.
Holy crap! Like, yes, it still looked cartoony, but like
It's
it's
spooky. Which one? Which was it like
the
an
Google one.
Okay.
The Google one. I don't know what
Okay.
it's called. So it has two
Mhm.
controllers, right? You put the goggles on, and basically all it was you're in a room, and the room has like, 90s. It was themed around like 90s stuff
Okay.
or like old gaming console stuff. So like they had a Nintendo sitting on a shelf, a Sega, old tube TV, old computer stuff. Like you can go and interact with this shit, and you put it on.
Oh.
You put it on, right? And it made me nauseous.
It makes me dizzy.
Like so you can turn your head and it moves around,
Yeah.
right? But you can also move the joysticks and the character moves around.
Okay.
That made me
That
nauseous.
part I don't like.
Because if I moved my head, I was cool because I think my brain
Right.
understood that I'm actually moving. But if you're still, and because it's all around you,
Messes with ya.
man, it made me freaking nauseous. It was crazy. It was a crazy sensation. But like you could do things like you could pick up a lightsaber and it turns on, and you could put in a cartridge in a Nintendo and
Yeah.
it plays on the
Pretty
TV.
sweet.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how far we're gonna get with that, but
Yeah.
it's been a while since that technology's been out.
I've seen like on TikTok, they have like a nursing program for it. So like when you're like, doing the patient things, there's like a VR, but it's a real person. Like talking to you. They're not like moving, but they use a real time like it's like a phone call, really, like a real time phone call, but
Okay.
they make the simulation person like move.
Oh.
It was cool. It seems cool. I mean, honestly, it seemed better than those like like the dummies they have. Those are getting dated.
Yeah, they are.
So it seems like that would be a cool way.
Remember when you said, John, that like AI is gonna dominate?
Yeah.
I think The Matrix is a closer doomsday film than any other. Because if you think about it, think about this. If you can be fooled, right? Like you almost lose, when you have these things on you, it looks cartoony, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of lose track of where you are,
Yeah.
right? So imagine 50 years from now, if somebody put this on your head or somehow can wire it into your brain and you can just...
Neuralink?
Maybe. Well, Neuralink's very infantile right now at this point.
Have you guys seen I Think You Should Leave?
I Think You Should Leave?
Yeah.
Are you telling
It's
me
a
to leave?
comedy show.
I thought you were telling me I should leave.
There's like a skit with VR, and Tim Robinson is like, I don't know, it's like a game show, and he puts on the VR headset and he's like, and they're like, breathe. And he's like, I don't know how to breathe in the game. And they're like, you just
Press
breathe.
A.
It's a lot funnier when he does it.
But I think that's kind of crazy to think, because that's what the Matrix was. You're in a vat of goo when you're born and you're plugged into this program.
Hopefully it's goo.
And your senses are freaking kind of given to you. Like everything you feel technically feels real, but you're in the same spot. That I can see happening as
Really?
AI. Yes.
Really?
More than freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger's going to come back and kill us all.
I'm fine with that.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger coming back and killing us all.
That's fine.
It's kind of slow. You can run.
I mean, he would be coming back, so it would be a younger version of him.
I'm
be
even
young
more
enough.
fine with that.
Are you an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan?
No.
Good.
Just
That's awesome.
He was a good looking guy.
Was he though?
Yes, you was.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why girls liked him. Was it just the physicality of him?
Yeah.
Because he's not a good looking dude.
But he's also really smart.
That I can give him.
Like, I think on an intellectual level, like to be such a hunk of meat and to also be smart is...
Yeah, I can see that. I'm not saying he's not. I look at him like I'm looking at him all the time.
Yeah.
He's right there on the wall. He's not necessarily an attractive
Whistle?
visual. Yeah, she was. She's like, I've been looking over there the whole time. He's facially, I don't find him a good looking dude. And even when he was younger, like before he kind of fixed his teeth a little, he had that bigger gap in between his teeth or whatever.
Yeah, he's okay.
But physically, he's a specimen.
Yeah.
Why am I looking at his abs? I don't understand why I'm doing this. Anyways, enough about Arnold.
Do you think he was do you think he was juicing up? Or do you
Hell
think-
yeah, he was juiced.
Yeah, but
Here comes the excuses.
I don't know.
so he was on like the stuff that's like it's not even, it's almost like a vitamin.
Oh,
It's Dianabol. It's to bulk up. It's the like prehistoric like
steroids.
yeah.
here's my content.
Because he's not like the type of, he's just really cut.
No, he was very big.
Yeah.
He was large compared to
Okay.
other people. He was very
Okay,
large.
okay.
And how tall was he? He was like 6, like my height, no?
A little less.
A little less than me?
6'1".
The only thing I don't like about my good friend here across from me is he loves Arnold Schwarzenegger, obviously.
Okay.
But despises The Rock.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And-
I can see that.
Why
I don't know why. I can't quite articulate why.
you want to know
But
why
I
he hates him?
understand that.
He hates him because he supposedly hasn't admitted that he takes steroids.
That's fair.
But Arnold took steroids.
Yeah, and he
So what
said
does
he
it
took
matter?
Steroids.
Did he really?
Yeah,
While he was
Arnold-
competing?
nobody asked.
Oh.
Yeah, but everyone was doing it then.
Yeah.
Everyone's still doing it
Everyone's
now.
still doing it now too. Everyone's just taking
That's my point. I mean,
supplemental tea.
I'm not saying The Rock shouldn't admit it. I mean, if he is, first of all, it's his fucking business. He could do what he wants. He's not breaking a rule. He's an actor.
Yeah, he can do
There's
whatever
no
he wants.
rules
He's
that say you
Moana.
can't take There's no fucking rule.
I don't
that
know.
says-
Maybe he would lose his Disney contract.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they
I
would
don't
have it.
know.
That'd be like them telling him, well, we don't care if you work out or not, when his whole image has been about how he looks.
Okay. Is steroids illegal?
No, not if you get it through
Only-
a doctor.
It's
Okay,
illegal to
then-
sell.
It's illegal to
can't
sell
sell
off
it.
the street.
I don't
Using
know.
it is
I just was
fine.
thinking of image because he's such a Disney image.
Right, but his image is like Arnold's, for example. Like I don't think Arnold's
But
not
Arnold
a
wasn't
great.
Disney,
Sure.
you know?
But Arnold wasn't a good. Is he a good actor? That's debatable. I don't want to get into that argument. He's debatable, right? But his image, the physique he had, is what sold him, right? When you needed an action star, a big muscular action star, he's what you got. Nowadays, it's The Rock, it's Batista,
that other
or it's
guy's
John
name?
Cena, from the old days.
wrestler turned
Who's the
actor?
guy that was in the SpongeBob movie? Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff? Oh, but he was never that big.
I mix them up sometimes.
Really?
Arnold and David Hasselhoff?
I'm just a girl.
Really? Because they're like...
How do you make that?
Because they're both pretty irrelevant in my scheme of life.
David Hasselhoff.
Can you imagine Arnold running slow like in Baywatch?
Okay, Baywatch.
That's David Hasselhoff.
See, it's only if I'm like really not thinking.
I mean,
but if I really think, I'm not going to mix them up.
I would say David Hasselhoff was like a sex symbol at one point as a guy. Him and what's the other guy?
Still is in Germany.
No, there's another guy that was in that time frame that was very similar.
Yeah.
Oh man, but they weren't in shape. Like I don't think David Hasselhoff was ever like.
He was
Arnold.
Just big and like.
He was just a taller dude
and like on the show,
somewhat decently shaped. I guess he wasn't like.
That was in for a while though. I don't know. I think it's kind of bad.
Oh, Baywatch was huge.
Like the being ripped but not being like ripped.
Yeah.
Like being ripped but not being cut. Like.
Sure.
Well, it's all the same.
Yeah, ripped and cutter would be the same.
Being in good shape, but not.
I guess like, in my head, like muscular, having a little bit of body fat would be ripped.
Like David Hasselhoff is like a normal body figure to me. Not someone who probably does push-ups. That's about it.
Fine. Yeah.
Then Arnold is Arnold. No, but I mean it's not bad for he was still the same.
Yeah.
Girls loved him at the time. You know, it is
still
what it
looks
is.
good, even though he's a.
We don't have any like modern besides
crazy alcoholic.
The Rock.
Big guys.
Yeah.
John Cena.
John.
Dave Bautista. He's a big boy.
It's just the whole fact that he thinks we're all stupid.
I don't think he thinks that you're stupid.
Yeah, he does.
No. Did he ever say you think you're stupid?
Maybe one time. He posts that working out and eating enough, you'll get big, but we all know. So
yeah, like
don't play us.
ABC. That's common knowledge.
Yeah, but I don't think he's ever. Okay, I'm not. Again, I was a big fan of The Rock. I don't think he's a great actor either. Just FYI, I think he's Arnold, but a new version of Arnold. That's what he is. That's all he is.
Yeah,
he serves a purpose. He's not a terrible actor, but they pick him because of how he looks, not necessarily his acting.
John Cena
talent.
too. Same vibe.
Well, John Cena has a little more time. He's really funny.
He's kind of a good actor. He is pretty funny. He delivers well.
The best one is Bautista. Dave Bautista is the best.
Why do I have no clue who that is?
He played Drax in Marvel. And did you ever watch Guardians of the Galaxy? No. He was in. There's another movie.
Glass Onion.
No,
I'm sure if I saw. No.
Okay. Look him up. He's another wrestler turned actor.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He has pretty good chops.
Pretty good.
He's pretty good. I would argue he's more out of all of them, he's the best character actor. Okay. Everybody else is just an actor.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
Momoa.
That's The Rock.
No, Jason Momoa.
Oh, Jason Momoa. But he's not a wrestler though. He's
but he's a big guy.
Yeah.
That's another one who's like
he's
modern.
not as shredded. He's
just a big guy.
Yeah, he's just a big guy. He's a big dude. Because like I look at him sometimes.
Decent. I think he's a pretty decent.
He's got a good
actor.
shape. Actor? What? Yeah, I think he's. You think he's decent? Yeah, he's decent. He's decent. Big guy. Who else is a big guy that's an actor? Muscular. This guy got big. Zac Efron got big.
Yeah,
for that wrestler movie for Iron Claw.
He
got
really did.
big.
He got really big.
Really big.
That's
almost like uncanny. I didn't recognize. It's like unrecognizably big.
He's too old. He has to be taking something.
Yeah.
That's why
his face changed.
Well,
that's because
he got hurt.
Yeah.
That's why I feel bad. Not bad for The Rock, but I get it, dude. His whole image.
Why would you feel bad for The Rock?
Because his whole career
is
based around his physique.
Honestly, I would love that. Like if I could do like a flow from Progressive and just sit back and rack in the bucks.
Or fucking Lily from AT&T. Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Or Jake from State Farm, even though the first one got fired a long time ago.
Yeah.
The white guy got fired.
The new guy's from Chicago.
The black guy?
Yeah. He's from Chicago. Mm-hmm.
Is he?
I've seen him all the places.
He's from the south side of Chicago.
But I've seen, he's a little more known, even though I don't think he has to do anything else anymore for the rest of his life.
And they film a lot of those commercials here because State Farm.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did an audition for State Farm.
They're in Bloomington Normal.
Oh, really?
I think they're by ISU. That's where their headquarters is, and I believe they also like film everything down there too.
That's cool. But yeah, so the whole let's end the Rock and Arnold thing. I just feel like him and his. Okay, let's look at Arnold for example. What was the last film Arnold did? Right now,
Couldn't
and
name
was
a
he
single
was he a
one.
headliner?
Yeah, he was. It was something on Netflix to where happens. His daughter dies in a plane crash, and
Was it centered around his physique?
No, he
Okay.
was already like 70
Okay,
years old.
So that's my point.
75.
His roles have diminished as he's aged because he cannot sustain said figure anymore. Right? I'll give
Or
you an
maybe
example.
he just doesn't want to act as much. He is old.
Sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Wasn't he the mayor for a while?
For a little while, like governor,
For like
governor of
he was
California.
the governor?
Governor of
California.
California.
Wow.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was something smaller like the mayor. I
No,
didn't
no,
know
he
it
was
was
governor.
full on
He was the governor.
governor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was governor.
The governor.
The governator. Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
He's lived a lot of lives.
Yeah.
He had like a documentary.
Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but
He's a brilliant mind. I'm not taking that away from him.
Oh, he is. And some people don't think that, I guess, because of his accent.
no,
but
he's got a lot.
No.
smart as a whip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
100%.
I agree with that. I'm strictly looking at his acting career. His acting career peaked because of his physique.
Yeah.
As that went away, he lost roles, right? The Rock is going to probably go through something very similar. That's why I would argue that The Rock
Yeah, I
needs
wonder
to
how old
take.
he is.
The Rock's like over 50.
50 something.
And there's no way that he looks better now than he did when he was in his prime.
Yeah, steroids.
Well, I mean, there's steroids. But again, I don't blame him for it because his whole acting
His
career is based
career?
around his physique.
That's
Everything
not
about
what
him
I'm
is-
saying.
You just want him to admit it?
Don't put out videos.
He doesn't, though.
Yeah, he kind of does. Insinuating
he does do a
that
lot of
if you-
media.
If you work hard, you'll
Is he not in the
you'll
gym?
kind of look big like
Is
me.
he not in the gym?
Yeah, he's in the gym.
Is he in the gym every
So
day?
am I. Yeah.
Every day.
I don't look like him.
But
Do I?
you don't have his genetics?
There must be something missing.
You
Yeah,
don't
he
look-
had terrible
Yeah,
genetics.
he's taken.
He's Samoan. He's a big boy.
I don't care.
You're Puerto Rican. You're not
Yeah.
built the same.
No,
They're big people, bro.
He did not have the actual like really good Samoan genetics.
But the thing is, too, as you get older, men lose testosterone and
Correct.
gain estrogen. So it's
Correct.
like
You need it.
a
Correct.
lot of men just
Supplement it.
yeah.
And that's
But I wonder how long you
he
could
ain't
do that.
supplementing anything. He's
I'm curious.
gone far past the supplementing.
And okay, so the solution would be for Dwayne Johnson
Come
to tell
out.
you to sit on this
Just
couch
like what
right
the
here.
Cubs did with
with-
Sammy Sosa. You admit you take steroids, we'll bring you back.
They
I'll
haven't-
be a fan.
The Cubs
I'll
haven't
be a
done that either.
Yeah, they have.
Anyways, whatever. Enough about steroid talk. What if you had to work with any actor? Who's your top 3 you want to work with? I know you got to leave out some, but
Yeah, leave him out.
Arnold, yes, leave him out.
No, you.
That's really hard.
There isn't like
I know Steve Carell is on my list.
okay,
Just like a classic.
so that's like has to be a comedy then, right?
Just
Yeah.
for the blooper stuff.
I'm
to
a
be
like
great.
my
I wouldn't be able to
dream,
do comedy at
like
all.
my like ultimate dream is to book like a sitcom. Like I love sitcoms. That's like my if I could like pick up a career path, it would be to book a sitcom that's going to last more than 3 seasons,
Yeah.
which is very rare nowadays. I wish I could go back in time and be on like a sitcom in the early 2000s and just like ride out that career. And
That'd be cool. Would
But-
have been great to be
They were getting paid too. Paid.
but
paid.
Seinfeld,
after the fact.
Friends.
After the fact. They weren't getting paid that much in the beginning. Remember, when something starts, I mean, you're running the
No,
risk.
Of course not.
Right, because
Of course
Seinfeld
not.
Seinfeld's making a lot of money now because of the contract that they made to get their products
No,
back
after
out there.
like their 5th, 6th season, they were making like
The residuals were
$500,000 an episode.
You know who got screwed
The people in Friends were making $1 million.
Kaylee Cuoco
right?
was making
at the time?
astronomical amounts of money per episode.
At the time when they were filming, or
Mhm.
was it
Mhm.
residuals after negotiating
No, I
contracts?
remember because Friends,
She was per episode.
Wow.
the lady who played Monica, they were bargaining with her, and she said,
Courtney,
yeah,
Courtney Cox.
she said that everybody has to make $1 million on the show. So they were all making $1 million plus an episode.
Wow. That's good money. An
I
episode?
think Big
No,
Bang
there's
no
Theory was
episode.
no, seriously.
episode.
Yeah. Because I don't remember what
Whoa.
even like the last one of them making like bucks, I would say is Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
what else is still
Sunny
on?
in Philadelphia? They got to be making money.
They're
Still running.
Yeah,
I
but they
can't
never
believe
got
that
super
show is still running.
mainstream.
I mean, I think it has its charm. Like
It does, and I like it, but I just can't believe that they're still doing it.
They're gonna wait till Danny dies.
Yeah, I think it's just his.
I think it's just him, really,
his
because he's
like.
kind of.
I think they all just do it because they enjoy it.
They're writing.
They like each other, you know.
No, they're not realizing that small people. It takes longer for them. They're like Chihuahuas. They'll live till. Like
I hope he does. I hope he
He's
lives
a great
forever.
actor. He's a great
Yeah.
actor.
He is so
He's directing
good.
right now too.
Is he?
Yeah?
He's embarking in other things too.
I bet he would be a fun director.
What'd you say, bro?
What?
No, I think I Danny
be so
DeVito to
fun.
me, ever since like Twins, and then when he did the Penguin,
Matilda.
to me the Penguin was the big one for me.
Okay, Matilda was a big one for me. I loved that part for him.
There was because I don't. First of all, I don't see anyone else ever playing the Penguin because I know Colin
I'll have to
Farrell did
watch
right in the
that.
new one.
Unfair.
Colin Farrell did in the new one. It wasn't the same character, but man, Batman Returns, his performance was so like amazing.
I'll have to watch that.
You never watched Batman Returns?
No, I'm not a big superhero.
I mean, dude, that performance is pretty good.
It was really good.
His performance. You could just Google the Penguin parts.
Okay,
That's
I'll look
it.
up his sizzle.
Just the way
His
he
best
does
parts.
it, like he does every time he talks, he kind of does like the or he does
I
like
bet
the
it's
noise
so
for the
good.
penguin
Yeah.
or whatever. Like he does it like so randomly. It's like it's beautiful work.
He's smart.
He is smart
I feel like he adds a lot.
For sure.
for someone that.
Yeah.
You ever watched that? I'm sure she's watched it when he was on Friends. He was a stripper.
I don't remember
I don't
that.
know.
Goodness gracious.
I haven't seen all of Friends though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fine.
I've only seen like bits and pieces because I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah. Go back and just watch the
I'll have to
snippet
look
of
that
him.
up.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I bet that's good.
I would have loved to have been freaking either Ashley or Mary Kate in that audition room. I mean, I'm Full House for the rest of my life.
Don't even know what's going on, your baby.
They weren't even auditioning. That's what pisses me off about it. No, because they weren't even there for that.
Yeah, they were just
Their parents, they got accidentally discovered.
Yeah.
Because the parents were there. Ashley and Mary Kate's parents were there to support a friend who was taking their kid to audition. And Franklin,
That had to
whatever
hurt.
the production company's name was, he was walking around and he said he saw the two twins and he's like, I want them.
like who is that?
I want them. And that's the end of that. And then that's kind of,
They're billionaires.
yeah, I mean, not for acting, but sure.
It's crazy
You know, they really, really offended me.
because they didn't come back.
Yeah. I was very upset about that.
I
Did you
don't
watch
think they
Fuller
really
House?
wanted to be actors.
That's fine. I
You know?
understand that. I get it. If I ever make it big, okay, so the first time I ever had a taste of filming anything, I did a Walmart commercial that I fell as backwards into it when I worked at Walmart.
That's awesome.
So you're the Mary Kate Ashley Olsen of
Yeah.
Walmart.
Maybe not that, but sure. My point is, if I ever made it big, right, and Walmart reached out to me and said, hey, can you do a commercial for us? I wouldn't say no.
But we have different values.
What do you mean?
I don't think they have those values.
Sure.
You know?
I mean, I feel like, not, again, mind you, they were toddlers, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
they grew up on the show. Even then, they grew up as a family, like even with the actors and all that. I'm like, I get it. Mary Kate and Ashley haven't acted in forever. I understand that. I'm not saying they need to come on and be on 5 of the 12 episodes. I'm not saying that. A fucking Zoom call would have sufficed for me.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were non-existent in this entire, they had what, 5 seasons of Fuller House?
I didn't even know it lasted. I thought it was
I think it went 3 or 4 or 5 seasons, one of those, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And not even a fucking
Like poppin'.
nothing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
they don't.
that's kind of like, really? Like,
Well, you know who else did that is they did an iCarly reboot and Jeanette McCurdy was like, I am not coming back.
was it a reboot or was it a continuation?
Because it's the same characters.
Okay, because I'm like, reboot I can understand.
Reboot would be something different. Continuation would be the same characters moving on in life.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay. Then yeah.
And there was, because I listened to, I was like following Jeanette McCurdy for a while. And I remember she actually said in her book that Miranda Cosgrove was like really tried because they remained good friends and it was Miranda's show. I think she was producing and everything. And Jeanette was like, I literally just can't. Like, I think it probably reminded her too much of Dan Schneider, but.
Oh, yeah, there's some background.
But I think some people are just like, she said she was like, I didn't want to be an actor. Like, she was supporting her family.
Sure.
You know?
I guess I feel like if it would be like if they did a continuation of Fresh Prince and Will Smith said, I'm not going to fucking do it. And I'm like, dude, that was like, that's what made you. Again, I'm not saying you need to be on every episode.
Yeah, but like pop in.
That's all I wanted. I mean, the show was,
Yeah.
the Fuller House show was okay, I guess, but like, it didn't feel complete, obviously, because she wasn't there.
Yeah.
And if I was the production company, I would have said, okay, fine, you guys don't want to do it. I'm going to go hire your younger sister who looks just like you guys and let her do it.
Dude. Bob did it too, right?
They all were. Everyone was
R.I.P.
there. Everyone was there. I think that's what makes it worse. They brought back characters that are probably not actors that are not actors or haven't acted in 20 years. Like the guy who, Kimmy's boyfriend, the guy who said whatever.
Yeah.
He was back.
That's
I'm like, I haven't
funny.
seen that dude in anything.
I mean, he's probably having
He probably needed
trouble
some work.
finding
He's like, please.
He was knocking at the door like, hey,
He's
you guys want to
emailing
partner
them.
me?
I really would like to come back.
Or the guy who played even another one of DJ's boyfriends, Viper, the guy who was part of Jesse's
my
band.
God.
He was there.
Viper.
Yeah, he was in it. I'm like, but yeah, Michelle won't do it. And I thought the funniest thing was in the last season, Kimmy. So a couple times they broke the fourth wall.
Okay.
Purposely, right? So like in the first season, I think they asked Danny, Bob, they ask him, so where's Michelle? And then they're like, he's like, oh, she's in New York, minding her $1 billion clothing company. And then they all kind of like
Literally.
where are you at?
Yeah.
Like, where are you at? And then in the very last episode, they show Michelle's old bike. If you remember that episode. And
they burn
Kimmy
it.
and Kimmy goes to the camera and says, she hasn't been on in 4 seasons. She ain't gonna be on this time.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like,
no.
I don't know.
Where's
I
the
feel like
bad-
I would do that.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like they don't have that like morality that we do. Like when you've had like all that money all your life, like those type of things, like
I think, now.
they don't care.
No.
yeah,
Like truly.
Like the one is married to that billionaire guy, right?
I think
Yes.
they got
Go or
divorced.
something.
oh, I think they probably, yeah, she might
the
be
old
right.
guy.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
guy.
I think they separated, but she was married to an old guy for a long time.
I'll marry her.
I don't know.
Would you?
What's
I
her
haven't
net worth?
really.
What's her
Yeah,
net worth?
you're right. You're right.
Shit.
Aside from the
If
money,
I don't have
they,
to sign anything.
they look kind of jacked up though.
I can deal with that.
Kind of anorexic.
That's why they
Yeah,
got. That's why we got
probably
Hey,
VR.
guys.
We got VR. I just put VR on.
Yeah.
We're good.
Sure,
No, I
probably
would
snorting.
love them. No, they did
Yeah.
look pretty bad at one point.
Yeah,
I remember
they're-
seeing them in like in a National Enquirer magazine at Target, and they're like, you can count the vertebrae in their
Yeah.
back and their
Yeah.
spinal cord. Oh,
That's what
God.
you want?
I mean, this is what it is, I guess.
Shoot your shot, right?
She
here.
might be a nice person. So do you have any projects coming up that you're working on, or
No, I don't.
independent? Nothing.
No, I
Are you open for that?
I just started a class. So
Where are you going to class?
I'm taking like an online class.
Do you
Just-
enjoy that?
No.
So why you doing it?
Cuz I majored in communication and I've been working in accounting for like I think I've been working for like 3 years and everything I have is like, learned.
Hmm.
But I would like I'm trying to get like an accounting certificate just so like if I need to get another job, at least I could say like, oh, besides like my learned experience, I also have this certificate. Even though like I started reading the book for the class and I'm like, I know this. So like in theory it should be easy, but I started doing that. So I'm doing that over the summer. I'm still working. I work for a pretty big company, which keeps me busy, but I'm still and I feel like I've started getting more auditions lately, which is nice. Had a few callbacks.
You taking any classes anywhere for acting?
No, but I'm thinking about hopping into an acting class too.
Would you do that over Zoom?
Yeah, and I have before.
Did you like that?
I did.
Really?
I did Steph Tovar's acting class on Zoom and it was awesome.
Was it?
It was I highly recommend that because he does shout out Steph Tovar. He does like a self-tape course And it was so helpful.
I have mixed feelings when it comes to that because I feel like acting is a very real thing, like
Fair.
interaction wise.
Yeah.
So like I took a lot of classes, like this was right before COVID, right? Because COVID kind of changed things. And it was fun, right? Because you're there, you're with someone, and you're in front of a camera, and you're practicing, and you're doing this and that. Then one of the places I did enjoy going to, which was the green room in the city.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I went there, and after COVID, they just started doing online, and they kind of stayed online. And I'm like, man, I mean, some of my friends that took it, they're like, yeah, it's cool. And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like there's something off about trying to do it. Unless it's just like auditioning, then I guess that's okay.
Right. But
if we're talking about like trying to communicate with people live in a scene, I can't do that.
I don't know, maybe because like I'm sort of used to online classes, but I did Tom Todoroff, he's in New York. He has like an online studio. I did that for like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months. That was good too. Honestly, it works for me because I do work and like I need something that's like easy that I could just like open my computer and do it. It just like kept me going. But I would like to do like I don't know, I've been looking to find like an intensive or something that I could just like go do an all day thing.
Are you a millennial? Or Gen Z?
Hard question because I'm 1996. So like
you're at that
I would be the
right?
first year of millennial, but I find myself leaning more toward Gen Z. But I'm definitely in between.
Wait. You would be
sorry.
The last year. I'm like, wait, it's 96.
Yeah, I would be the last year of millennials.
Oh man, yeah.
Last couple.
Because what you just said, you're like, you know, it's easier for you
it's
because
so
you're
much easier
you're used
for
to
me.
it. I'm like, if you imagine, John, if high school,
online.
if we would have had COVID during the years we were in high school, right? And we had to go to online school.
Yeah.
I would have failed worse than what I barely passed with now.
And a lot of kids did, you know.
I would have never went. That's worse. It's like when people say, I would assume you can relate to this. Maybe you, because no, you know what, you're a bad example because you're very into the gym. It's like people say, I want to have a gym at home. I feel like if you have a gym at home, a lot of times you're too distracted at home to work out. I love it. Right? But if you go out to the gym, you're already there. You might as well work out.
Yeah, you get a sense
of...
Not everyone. I think there's exceptions to the rule. There's exceptions to the rule. Like for me, my distraction at the gym was a basketball court. I can't go to a gym that has a basketball court.
Yeah.
Because I'm never going to work out.
Just don't go to the basketball
I was just always afraid of getting ringworm at the gym.
Ringworm?
Like, I went to like, I used to lift a lot.
Yeah.
And I went to like a weightlifting gym.
Okay.
Or like a weightlifting... It's called a gym, right?
Like a bigger gym. Yeah, like a gym that's, like a bigger gym. Yeah. Sure.
And I was always like wiping the shit out of stuff because you see guys with cauliflower ear. When I see cauliflower ear, I think ringworm.
Oh my God. Cauliflower is like the most disgusting.
I'm a survivor.
You're a survivor?
5 times over.
Yeah, I don't know. I have gym stuff in my, I work out at home, but it is harder, but I
feel like there's more distractions in a way. I'm not saying I've never had a gym.
The only thing is there's not as much stuff. Like I don't have as much stuff. I wish I had I wish I had this, and this. And then I'm like, okay, well, if I buy it, I might as well just join the gym at this point because
how much it costs.
And then after I buy it, then I'm going to need to buy bigger weights and then I'm going to need to buy this. And it's like, okay, I should just go to the gym.
I just don't go to the gym anymore.
Yeah.
I'm too.
I didn't for a long time, but the office job.
One day, I don't know.
Once I started my sitting at a desk office job, within a year I gained 15 pounds, and I was like, okay, it's time.
I saw a memory I posted it on my Facebook of me at the gym, and I'm like,
I feel you on that.
I might have to.
That was you.
I feel you.
That was me.
You know, people. So long ago, I had a friend comment and say, is that really you? I'm like,
that was.
I mean, I just have the same tattoos. You know.
At least like muscle memory is real. You know.
Yeah,
it's always easier to gain it back than it is to gain it the first time.
I don't think he went long enough to have that muscle memory.
What do you mean?
Oh, I think it comes back.
Like muscle memory for what? Like just to lift?
Like your muscles have memory. Like so.
To go back to shape.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a time in my life where the thing was at that time in my life. Before that, I was really, really thin.
Okay.
and I had a really hard time gaining weight.
Yeah.
So when I got to that shape, which I would say was probably
That's
the best I
hard.
ever got to, I had gained weight,
and
got
then
in shape, and then I stopped working out, but the weight stayed with me.
That's
it's
fair.
It's like, no, now I got a dad bod, and it's like, I got to see
it's
this.
so hard.
Yeah, it is.
It's so hard. I mean, I find that it's easier when I work from home because then I don't have like I have like a 45-minute commute in the morning and the afternoon. So I'm like, okay, that is going to be my gym time. Like those, you know, that hour 30.
Yeah.
And it works out because I'm like, I'm excited about it. I'm like, okay, I get to like, I'm usually off work by like 3. So then I just work out to like 4:30. But if I'm coming home from the office, I am like, I don't want to work out. Like it's the last thing I want to do. But if I'm at home, I'm like, oh, this is easy because I have an extra hour and 30 minutes.
I think that I was starting to go back to the gym at one point at work because I have a pretty long drive on my way home too. And the benefit of going to the gym was that traffic kind of settled on the way out. So like if I got out at 5 and I worked out till 6:30, there's a lot less traffic at 6:30 than there is at 5 o'clock.
My office has a gym too.
Man,
I know. Yeah. I'm full of excuses.
I wish I had that, bro. I wish I had that shit. I've been telling the guys at work, let's go buy a fucking Bowflex and put it up in the put it in the shop. Fuck it.
One of my office jobs, they had a basketball court.
Wow. We bought a basketball room.
What do you work for? Are they hiring?
A lot of offices are like doing this now because they want people to want to come in.
Yeah, that's
I don't know about playing basketball in an office job though.
Nah.
They better have showers.
When I was there, I was an intern,
lunch period?
And like the sales guys would like be like, "Oh, do you guys want to go shoot some hoops for a little while? While we talk about our next sales pitch?"
Oh my!
Like, you know, because they usually just go like golfing or whatever.
I wish that would be fun.
Sales guy stuff.
I don't know how we start with the topic and we end up like completely somewhere else. That's fun though.
I have that power.
You know how this started?
That's
Arnold.
Started like, what do you ask you? What upcoming projects do you have?
Yeah, and now we're talking about
not products.
Projects.
That's me.
It's a product.
Yeah, it's a product.
Talking about a company.
Hold on. Are you open to working independent film, short films, and stuff like that?
When I'm done with this class.
Fair. I mean, I might have some stuff down the line. Cool. You can audition for.
Let me know.
I'll tell you right now, it's non-paid, but you'll get good quality.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee that.
I could use all my like real footage is starting to age.
Yeah. That sucks.
I know. I have some pretty good like print material, you know, but I'm like, all right, I got to get some real material.
Do you ever think about doing your own like short films and stuff like that?
No, I'm not much of a director or producer.
Writer?
I'm more of a team player. I'm not really a writer either.
Really?
Yeah. But you know what? I was doing costuming for a while, so I have done that. And I've done some production assistant work, but...
You know what I wish I could land?
What?
Like a job on a set.
Yeah.
Like I'll hold a mic.
Like
I'll
be a PA?
Maybe not a PA. But like I'll go put tape on the floor for actors or whatever. Like as long as it pays a decent amount, like enough where I can not do what I have to do now.
I don't miss the hours of that though.
But you gain experience though.
Yeah.
With that. You know, you see things that no one sees.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's more, and I think me personally, I would pick up a shit ton seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm more of a visual learner, so it's like.
I definitely learned a lot when I was doing costuming.
Where'd you do it for?
I was the costume shop assistant at Drury Lane for a couple years, maybe like a year and a half. And I was also doing like costume, like production. They have like costume production assistants. So I did that for like a few like independent short films. And that was really fun. It's just that like the pay was.
Is costume the same thing as like the people that do the sets or whatever? Or is that separate?
What do you mean?
So like separate. It's a separate. So like you're not setting up. Let's say this was a movie set, right? We need a couch here. I need to find this couch.
Yeah, just clothes.
Just clothes.
Just clothes.
Okay.
Clothes, shoes, underwear. Like.
Have you've never been on the Chicago shows, right? Holy crap, they're fucking. Oh my god, dude.
Massive wardrobe,
bro. So they have
probably a lot of continuity people.
Holy crap, they have 2 buildings. Well, I've been to two separate buildings.
What is it called? Cinespace.
Have you been to their departments?
Yeah, I did extra work on Fargo when they were filming Fargo here.
Okay.
So that was literally okay. So I was like a featured extra. I
Okay.
was supposed to be on Fargo, and I was at Cinespace. It was like March 13th, 2020.
Got the date down. She knows.
I don't know what date it was. Don't quote me on that. But that's like, and I was there. I had a fitting. I went home the next day. I got an email, and they were like, if you were at Cinespace yesterday, quarantine yourself immediately because it was literally I think it was the first case of COVID in Illinois.
Oh, so
was at Cinespace.
Okay.
And it was in, I want to say it was like, maybe it was when they were doing, remember Utopia?
Mm-hmm.
It might have been that. Don't quote me on that again. I don't know. But I was like going to do Fargo again. And then they were like, everything, that right after that, everything was shut down.
How big was their department of clothing when you went to do a fitting?
It was a honker.
It looked like a fucking
the
biggest flea market.
Yeah.
Biggest flea market.
What
Not
was
flea
it?
market. Thrift store you ever seen in your life.
Big Fat Liar.
I don't remember that.
Do you remember Big Fat Liar?
Yeah, I heard.
Remember the scene where they're like running through the Hollywood like costume shop?
Oh shit! How unprofessional of me. It's my phone.
It was literally that. It was literally like floor to ceiling, just like.
Jeez.
But it was
Dude.
Fargo, so it was all like vintage. So
And
it was so cool.
That just kind of makes me think how big Cinespace is because
It's big.
I know. I've been in Chicago PD's extra where they have all the extra wardrobe, meaning the stuff for the extras, right?
Yeah.
Because that's separate. Because
Yeah.
when I was a cast member, I went to a different side of the building, and that one was large too. But holy shit,
It's like a mall.
dude, it's insane. It's just rows and rows. Like you got rows of fucking police uniforms, and then they're
Yep.
all by sizes: males, females, Nike shoes, boots, this, that.
Everything.
Holy shit! Like I've never seen so much clothes in my life,
I will tell you.
and it smelled like a thrift store.
Oh yeah.
You know the
Does it?
smell of
Yeah.
clothing,
Oh,
like
yeah.
when you go to one of those
I
stores, it
grew up
smells like
on
that.
When I
Smell.
worked at Drury Lane, I would do a lot of work, and they have a warehouse. My God, you guys, like, I can't even tell you how high the ceilings are, but like, you had to get on a really high ladder to even get to the things at the top, and it's like so much stuff because Drury Lane also does packages. Like, you could rent Beauty and the Beast. You could rent the whole package. I think they still do that too.
Okay.
But like, they'll have it all. Like, when I was there, we were organizing a lot. Oh my God, you guys, just like fun. Like just fun, like
a
see,
never-ending job.
yeah,
Dude.
like oh, really.
I wonder.
truly.
I wonder how they even get this stuff. Like, do they just send people like go to the thrift store and just buy everything?
Yes, that was my job.
That was your job.
I was the assistant. I would literally go to like, I would pick out like, we would go to Target. We would go to Oak Brook Mall. Like, they buy a lot, but they make a lot too.
Yeah.
And the things that they buy, like, aren't really what they keep. The things that they make and like vintage pieces are what they
Yeah.
keep at the warehouse. So that's what made it even more fun because the warehouse isn't just like the stuff that you go buy. It's like the really cool stuff
Yeah.
that they're like saving.
I mean, I think it depends because I remember when I did the Walmart commercial, like they bought me wardrobe,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I don't think they realized that I'm kind of hard to shop for because being tall is not easy.
Yeah.
Because there's no tall clothing at Target
No.
or whatever. Like they let me keep the clothes or whatever. With the
Love
other ones,
when
they
they do
get
that.
they you know obviously for the PD and whatever they have to give everything back.
Yeah.
But man, I've had
A
that.
lot of commercials that are like, just take it home.
Yeah, just
Mom.
take it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. But it was fun, man. I've always had fun experiences doing all that stuff.
Me too.
But it's stuff you'd never see.
Yeah, or
you
stuff
don't-
that like you wouldn't normally try on.
Yeah,
I've had that a lot where I'm like, I
'cause
would
they
never
make me
wear
look
that.
like a gangbanger.
And
all
then
the
I put
time.
it on, I'm like, ooh, I could wear this.
Like they gave me a neck tattoo and a tear, and I'm like,
You're like, I
would
could rock
never,
this.
I would know.
Ooh, maybe
I
I'll
mean,
go get-
I
Let me go
look
get a tear
tough.
drop.
I look tough, but it's like that's not me. Like this ain't me.
Yeah,
But
I've had
anyways,
that a lot.
I next season because I think the season's over. If I'm mistaken for Chicago PD,
Yeah.
and then I don't know if they're going to renew Power this year. I've heard rumors that this is going to be their last season. We're
What?
winding out of shows here in the city. Have you auditioned for The Bear?
No.
I did a bunch.
Yeah, I didn't get
They don't want
any.
me. They don't want me.
I'm jealous.
They don't want me.
I know a lot of guys who have gotten tapes for it. I know someone who was on it too.
Yeah, I don't think they want me. I mean, why would they keep asking me to do it though? That's the other.
I know. I wish I
nonetheless,
could get a tape for that.
What was the last? I don't remember the last one I did. Was like I was delivering like some new pans for them or some shit
Okay.
because they know how the restaurant's closing. It
Yeah.
closed in season. It closed to remodel in season 2 or whatever. So
Yeah.
I haven't even really watched that show. Do you watch that show?
Bits and pieces, because like I want to like know about it if I do get like called for something.
That's the only reason why I watch
You
this
can always
stuff.
go back and watch it, right?
Yeah, but that's a time commitment. Say like the self-tape is due like on Thursday. I can't like
2 episodes.
No, you know what I do? Because I don't really watch Power, right? But I had a bunch of auditions for them too, and I feel like I had to at least know the characters, right?
Yeah.
So like my first thing is, who am I having lines with? Right. So if I'm having lines
True.
with like Tommy Egan, I need to know who Tommy
Yeah.
Egan is. So I'll Google the cast members
yeah.
and see if Tommy Egan is the main character.
Yep.
If he's the main character, then I gotta watch at least something to
Yeah.
kind of see what he's
like,
his
and
mannerisms or how he talks or whatever, blah 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 blah
to
blah.
know like how you would react
Right.
to him.
Besides that, I mean, that's kind of what I do. The other part that I had was more nerve wracking because it was a really good actor
Yeah.
when I did the Amazon show.
Okay.
So when I did the Amazon show, I had to work with J.K. Simmons.
Okay.
That was nerve wracking.
It's a big one.
Oh, I was shitting bricks.
Yeah.
Shitting bricks. Like I kid you, I went to fitting, right? Because I didn't know what the show never came out. It was first season, right? First
Right.
season, whatever. I Googled the show and I saw he was attached to it, right? But it didn't know.
You don't. You don't.
There was no information on his character name
Okay.
or anything of that nature. So I go to fitting, right? So I walk in, same thing, big fucking warehouse of fucking
Yeah.
shit. And
The
then,
fun part.
like normal, you start to see, like if you're Chicago PD, you start to see the main characters are on the wall and all their clothing, like pictures of their clothing and of
Right.
them with pictures of them with their clothing so they can have it for continuity,
Right.
whatever. I'm looking at the actors and J.K. Simmons, and then now his character name
And
popped
you're
up,
like, oh,
and I was like, well, guess I'm gonna have a part with J.K.
It's your
Simmons.
Dang.
partner.
I have,
and it didn't come out.
no, it did come out.
It
It
did.
did come out. I mean, you could barely see me though, because
Still cool.
The
Still
scene's not pointed towards me and him. The
Okay.
scene is pointed towards
Other
the
people.
girl inside the car.
Okay.
But I didn't give a shit. I got to
I
talk
know.
to J.K. Simmons.
I know.
He's freaking what's his name in the movie? He's Spider-Man. Paper guy. He's J. Jonah Jameson. He's J. Jonah Jameson to me.
Yeah.
You know, from the old Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
That's who he is to me. And I'm like, I've always looked at him like
Yeah. That's awesome.
he's reached the pinnacle. He's an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Like, I was fanboying the whole
Yeah.
time and like nervous as shit. Like,
I did an extra work in college. It was called Unexpected, and Colby Smulders was the lead. Oh, what is she from? Colby Smulders. What is she on? I don't know, but she's really pretty and she's really nice. And I had a scene, it was an extra scene, and I was walking behind her.
Yeah.
And like, I was just like, oh my God. And it ended up being in the preview of the movie. So like in the preview of the movie, I'm walking behind her. And I was like, how cool is that? Because I was like in college, and like that was my first extra role. And
that's really cool.
it was so cool.
Because extra works kind of sucks because you don't really ever even notice or see you. You're kind of like, don't blink, that's me.
Yep.
And then you pause it like you're a blurry figure in the
Yep.
background kind of shit. Like I got lucky too with Chicago PD. So before I did my roles as a cast member, like I did background work because I wanted to get exposed to
It's
it.
fun. It's so fun.
So the first day I get there, right?
Yeah.
We're all gangbangers, whatever.
Yeah.
So we go upstairs and the director goes, okay, you do this, you go over here, you go over here. And I'm just standing there like, okay, what do you want me to do? And they're like, you know what? We're good right now. Just go back downstairs.
Mm.
And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this. I've been standing here for fucking 12 hours. I'm not going to even film anything. So I went downstairs, whatever. And I'm pissed, right? I'm like, fucking bitch. I mean, I'm still going to get paid, but whatever.
That hurts.
Then like right before they go for a take, somebody comes running down. It's like, hey, come back up, come back up. So I go back and he goes, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to stand by this door. They're going to come in. He's going to push you out the way, blah, 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 blah. And then when the scene starts, you see my dumb ass literally 2 seconds, literally
That's awesome.
the whole thing. And then he pushes me, blah, 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 blah. But I got to interact with the actors versus the other people
So
that didn't even get to
awesome.
interact with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I was like, oh shit, like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Fuck it. I mean, you got to do something.
Yeah.
You know, it's more for the experience. I did all of that for the experience. I don't care.
So
about
much
the money.
fun.
Yeah, hell yeah. I wouldn't trade that for the world.
I like seriously, some of the coolest stuff I did was when they were filming Fargo here.
Fargo was the one with Chris Rock, wasn't it? Chris Rock was in it.
Yes.
He was one of the main characters.
But there were a few seasons. I don't remember what the season was that they filmed. It might have been that one.
It's like it's not. I want to say it's a period thing, but it's not.
It
it is a period.
Mm-hmm.
Thing. Yeah, it is the one that Chris Rock was in. He did pretty well.
So the scene that I was an extra in ended up being like the biggest scene in the show, and it was at Union Station.
Okay.
And when I was there, I just remember being like, "This is the coolest day of my life," because they had the stunt actors there. So they had this scene where the cops were running in, those big stairs at Union Station, and the cops just threw themselves down the stairs. And I remember watching it just being like, this is the coolest day of my life.
I don't think people understand.
I couldn't have picked a better day to be an extra because they did that. They did the scene. There was this scene with the two lead women had a shootout scene. Like first of all, I was there from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., but it was
worth it.
Literally the coolest day of my life.
PM to 8. Oh yeah,
that's a lot. That's a 24.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
It was a 12-hour day.
Yeah, dude. I think a lot of people don't like. It can be boring being an extra.
There was a lot of downtime that day. I was sitting a lot. It was freezing cold out too.
And you get free food.
Yeah.
whatever. And they're probably gonna call you.
Met some really cool people. But
yeah, I think
it was
that's
a long
the
day.
thing. Yeah, I think if you wanna kind of experience it, because you're never gonna be able to do that if you don't do extra work.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to get close enough to the set to be if you're like a viewer, a looky-loo, you're never going to get close enough to
and
actually
it helps
see
you
anything.
be more comfortable. Because then like after you do that, you're like, okay, I know what this means. I know what this means.
Right.
I know what it means when they tell me.
You know how fast they do shit. You know
it's
how
like
it moves.
so much, you learn so much like about just being there.
The only thing that sucks about being an extra is that you can't talk to the main actors.
Oh yeah.
Because they tell you don't do that.
I swear I don't. Sometimes when I'm like a very big rule follower, I am silent. I am sitting there with my hands folded until I'm told what to do. I am.
You know what? I would say that's a rule you can bend. And I'll tell you why.
I mean, yeah.
I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
So when I was on PD and when I was on Night Sky, I was a cast member. Right?
Yeah.
And there was extras, right? There was a lot of extras on when I was on PD. And I remember one of the guys that were extras, he goes to me, he goes, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "I know they told us not to talk to you." And I'm like, "Give a fuck." I'm a nobody, bro.
Yeah.
I was like you last week. What are you talking about? I think that's when I'm like, yes, don't disrupt them.
Yeah, don't be like
don't go to
hey,
Rusev.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
But if he's right next to you,
yeah.
I mean, don't try not to fanboy out because I've read that makes you look kind of bad.
Yeah.
But
I would never like ask for a picture.
Yeah, like I wouldn't do that. But like, talk to them.
Just
what
an
the fuck?
autograph.
They're humans. They're human beings. Like, I noticed it on PD more than ever because all the extras didn't say shit. And then I mean, I'll tell you another story about the Amazon, and we're gonna finish up pretty soon. The Amazon show, I made a mistake. I was a cast member, but I felt like an extra.
Okay.
Only because who I was working with, right?
Yeah.
So on set, whenever obviously you take a run. If they're gonna change the setup, we go back. They bring in the second team. Second team sets up for lights. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Then they call the main actors back. Right? The main actors are not the ones that are there setting up cameras and all that bullshit. So freaking, they sent us off. JK and the other lady, I forget her name, they walked off. I was supposed to go with them. Well, not with them, but I could go with them.
Okay.
Right? And my dumb ass stayed pacing back and forth in the middle of the street because I felt like,
yeah, you have to like,
I can't go with J.K. Simmons. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you have to be confident.
He's a fucking Oscar-winning actor. So my dumb ass is back and forth in the middle of the street for like an hour while they set up shit. When I went on PD after that, I said, fuck this.
Yeah.
I am talking to everyone
and
anyone.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? So on PD, I was like, fuck it.
Fair.
I mean, the people that were there, the guy who plays, basically all of them were there except for Atwater. He was the only one that wasn't there. I was talking to Marina, which is the girl who plays Burgess. She was messing around. We were talking shit.
Yeah.
The Jesse what's his character? He left a few seasons ago. Fuck, can't name his name. Whatever. I made him react and he complimented me for it. Afterwards, I talked to them. Whatever. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna talk to them. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Time and place.
Because they don't fucking let you do it when you're an extra.
No.
Even though I would say you can just be cool.
I'm very self-aware.
Not a bad
so
thing.
like I know like when it's time to talk and I know when it's time to be quiet.
Yeah.
And it's always funny, like when you're on set with people, I could always sense when other people want people to be quiet, and I'm like,
Shushing everybody.
not shushing, but when you look at people and you're like,
shut the hell up.
Yeah.
It's time to shut up.
he's about to yell. You're about to get in trouble.
Like you don't feel this coming?
I could
Seriously?
feel it. There was like the last thing I did, there was like people who were like really, really chatty, and I could sense the director was getting aggravated. So I like removed myself and I like went and stood in a corner because I was like, I am not going to be the one that the director sees being chatty. Not going to be me.
It's like that concept. Like, I notice it a lot whenever we have like groups of people and like that one really loud talkative, and all of a sudden the volume just starts to increase and increase, and you're the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are good experiences, man. I think you should do extra. And
You
just
should.
go.
You should
Just
do
it.
like a simple. I don't know.
Be a
That is-
security guard of some sort, extra on some show. Just do it. Just so you can
I
feel the way
honestly
it
bet
works.
you could book things. You have like a city look, so I feel
I don't
that
know what that
you.
means.
It just means that you look like you're from Chicago.
You got city miles on you, bro.
Like I just feel that you look like you're from Chicago, and you could get cast on a Chicago show.
No, then you need headshots and all this garbage.
Not for extras.
Not even.
Oh, extra?
Not for extra.
Okay.
Take a picture against the wall
Yeah,
down
that's
here and
it,
call
yeah.
it. Look at you got cameras.
Yeah.
You got lights.
I'm not saying go get an agent and do
No,
all that.
but, like,
I'm just
you
saying
could-
just
You
take
could
a
do
day
something. You could have a day.
and be an extra and just experience it. Have free
I can
food.
do that. I was
That's
talking
fine.
to Gus about it.
Do it.
My dad has a lot of retired friends who do extra work.
Yeah, it's easy money.
Like we're talking retired UPS drivers. So
Yeah.
like just guys, just dudes.
yeah.
You get a pay bump too if you have a car sometimes.
Yeah.
We'll get you on
Oh, yeah.
4-star casting.
Yeah, seriously. I'm gonna send you some next season when
No pressure.
Because I get them all the time.
I should sign up again.
I don't use 4-star.
I did. I really liked them. I used them when I was doing like Fargo and stuff.
Ah man, I remember I
Who do you use?
Chicago PD has their own
Oh,
has their own for their
I didn't know
stuff.
that.
Yeah. I forgot what their thing is called though.
Interesting.
The only one for 4-star that I got, I booked something as an extra and then it got shut down for COVID.
Yeah.
Like literally shut down for COVID the week of
yeah.
the fucking shoot or whatever. Anyways, did you have a good time with us here today?
Duh.
For the second time.
For the second time.
I was gonna say always, but
Let me check that focus. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, looks good. It looks good. Holy crap. I promise I'll never make that mistake again.
it's okay.
I appreciate you coming down, having a
Yeah,
few
thanks
laughs
for
with us, a
having
little
me, guys.
conversation with us. Hopefully we can bring you back sometime.
Of course.
I don't know if you want to plug your socials. You don't have to.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Eckel_Sarah.
That
Find
was
me.
simple enough.
It's super simple.
John, anything else,
Yes.
buddy? You good to go?
You're not a great driver. You will crash.
We're still talking about this?
I am.
You'll be an extra on the next season of
Chicago
Fire.
PD.
I don't know
Or
about
Fire.
all that.
Come on,
Yeah, extra
man.
work. Yeah. I'll think about
You know,
it.
you don't
Sleep
really
on
gotta
it.
you
Was
don't
it
really gotta
5-star?
say anything.
5-star? No, that.
4-star.
What's 5-star? The notebook. No.
5-star.
Yeah,
your
4-star.
notebooks. Yeah, 5-star
4-star.
notebooks.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
4-star.
right.
It's
Composition
4-star.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's 4-star.
That was a good brand back then.
I was giving everybody shout outs here.
That was the expensive notebook I would never get when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
dad never bought me that.
Those
shit.
were $1.29.
Yeah.
Dude. Or they had the Trapper Keepers or whatever that were
Yeah,
5-star.
yeah, yeah.
Nah, I couldn't
Nope.
get that shit. You get the
Walmart
one
brand.
with, yeah.
Equate.
Equate. Oh man. Anyways, again, thank you for coming
Thanks
down.
for having me, guys.
And again, I apologize for the first time,
Stop, no.
but we're good.
Glad to be here again.
John, anything else?
Good.
Good, madam. Good.
Bye.
That's going to be our show for tonight. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, everything we said is in our opinion. And if you don't agree with it,